What's going on, people? Welcome to 137 Works, and today we're having a look at the latest update from Graffism, the VR graffiti simulator. This is build 0.5.5, so we're following on fairly quickly from the video that I did very recently with the new Trainyard Map and all that kind of stuff. I mentioned in that video about the October update that they didn't quite get everything that they're aiming for. The roadmap had stuff like the roller and some other tools and that kind of thing. But while it didn't get in October, in the October update, very soon, what were we, like 2 weeks into November, we have all of that and more. So I am very excited to have a look at some of these new features. I kind of, being a part of the beta testing team, I got an early look at stuff like the roller. It was a bit broken, I'll be quite honest. I haven't tried it since. This is my first time looking at the new update, so I'm hoping it's kind of resolved, but we shall see. We have 0.5.5. So first of all, tools, new tool, paint roller added to items menu. Very cool. Next up, we have tools, branded look for spray cans. They haven't gone into detail there, but what that means is that they've partnered up with Montana, Loop, and Kobra. So you've got the full actual kind of color charts from those different manufacturers. Montana, they also have gold and white variant, two different color charts available for those two different types of paint. Really cool. The cans have the design. Again, we'll see that when we go in. There's been some other changes then as well to the control/UI. So here we have new features for drones in tablet mode, manual control, and FPV mode. So again, you can now control the drone that used to just kind of hover around and kind of give you an aerial view. You can now actually fly that. So again, I haven't actually messed with that myself, so I'll be very interested to see that, how that works. Maybe that'll add a cool kind of cinematic element for videos and stuff, hopefully. UI color picker added to color menu. So that's, again, this is just something that people have been asking for since the game first came out. The King Spray style, press a button and it picks the color from the wall. It is now in the game. A huge addition. Originally, in the first kind of beta test that they did, it was an option in the side menu. That was just defeating the purpose. If I was going to the menu anyway, then, like, you know, to pick the color, then it kind of defeated the whole purpose. They've since redone it, and I believe they've said it is B now on the right stick or Y on the left stick. So incredible addition. And then UI branded color charts added to color menu. Going along with the collab that they have with the 3 different paint brands, they now have the branded color chart. So you'll see that again as we go in. And then finally, UI color pointer now correctly points to the selected color in the color wheel. That was an issue that I noticed personally, but it's nice to have. Another one that's just, I've asked for it, and so I should point it out that they've followed through on it. I had been beating the drum about the ambient volume and paint tools volume not applying to this room here. Okay, apologies. I was just editing the video of the footage that I recorded. I've done everything that you're about to watch, and I was just editing the video and realized that the clip after my battery dies was muted. For some reason, it came back in. I started recording, finished the thought that I was saying about the audio volume that they fixed in the update. There was just no audio in the clip. So I'll just add this in here now instead. I just finished the thought that I was saying. Essentially, if you've ever seen one of my Graffism videos, there's either me having to explain it in advance or in editing after the fact when I realize that it's happened again, put up a piece of text on the screen explaining why the audio is so loud and apologizing that you can't hear me, and I'll try to fix it better for the next time, blah, blah, blah. Essentially, yes, this is now fixed. Raffle, I think it was, that replied to me in the Discord, had said that the audio from the scene wasn't considered, wasn't like tagged as part of the ambient volume. So another thing then was that I'd also pointed out that needed to be fixed was that the audio settings weren't saving between sessions. So you'd start the game and then, like, you know, have to restart or come back later or whatever. You'd start to reload it and all the audio settings would be full whack again. Again, same thing when you're recording in particular. That's pretty annoying. So yeah, they fixed that, but as part of that, it didn't apply to this room. So that is a fix. There was only 30 seconds to a minute or so, like in the clip that got muted or whatever. So I finished that point and I started talking about something else, and then we load up into the world. So I think that's pretty much it. I will just leave it here, and then yeah, I'll meet you in the map. I have tested a version of the roller before the update went live to the public as part of the beta test team. I was able to try it out, and again, it was just buggy, glitchy. You can only hold it with one hand. I don't know if that's been changed. Thought that was a weird one because rollers, you know, naturally you're wanting to use 2 hands to kind of get the motion on it, which is an unfortunate motion to have to make. But you know, we move on. So yeah, first things first, we will just have a look at the roller. So it's under tools, and you have paint roller and extension roller, or just paint roller. So just paint roller is what you'd imagine. It is just a paint roller that is you know, you can do it here. And it also does immediately seem to be a lot smoother, so that's really good. You have then the paint roller and the extension tool. So have they made it 2-hand interactable? They have not, which is a slight shame. Just for getting that extra little smoothness kind of would have been nicer, but it does kind of feel smoother. Yeah, it definitely, and it doesn't, like, it was bugging out and glitching through the walls and everything the first time that I tried that. So that's very interesting. So that works. So that's the first kind of tool. Again, we'll actually try it towards the end of the video and try and do like a quick little simple thing. The one-handed thing is kind of putting me off though. So that's my slight concern, is that I'm not sure how enjoyable it will be with one hand. I do hope they added a second interaction point at some point to make it kind of more realistic. But we have the cans. So now you've got the color wheel. You have the same options that you always did, which is all these different kind of variations of the different kind of color wheels. But if you notice here, if we click right, you've got Montana Black, This is the full colour scheme. I would like to see it in a bit more of an organised. I don't know how they're exactly organised, and maybe alphabetically, I guess. So they seem to be going by the name of the kind of what Montana called it in their like brochure or whatever like that, like rather than in the shades. I think doing it by shade would actually be a nicer way to do it. Personally, it is roughly like you can see these are greens, they were blues, and then you kind of got some assorted colours. But like yeah, just personally, I would just like it starting from left to right with like black to white on this list, or white to black, whatever it is, and then just kind of just in order. Why is it doing that actually? I noticed that skipping around on me as I'm going up and down. Anyway, point being, yeah, just it's again, it is roughly. You can see yellows into oranges, into pinks, into purples, into blue. So it isn't like it's not a million miles off. It's a little bit like, why is there a dark one randomly here? Again, I'm sure there's a reason for it in the way Montana do things. And again, it's not just Montana, I'm sure, because we've also got Montana Gold. You see your 3 pages there. Loop then. Kind of again the same thing. So again, you can see I'm being a bit nitpicky here because it is clearly that they are in kind of some kind of order. I also noticed that loop colours are named after places. One of these is Dublin, I'm pretty sure. Dublin LP 150. Yeah, this kind of pinky white. Very interesting. Yeah, you can see that they are kind of done roughly by colour. It's just a weird like kind of like juxtaposition of such a dark colour next to such a white colour. Like it's not how my brain works. But sure, look. And then last we have Kobra. So obviously you got Kobra there. So again, it's great to see. So it's like, and it's also just a funny one up on King Spray where it's like, okay, that's cool. You have who's it? What's the name of that brand? Ironlac. Okay, it's frankly embarrassing how long it took me to find out the company that I was thinking of. Ironlac was the one. It took me literally 3-4 minutes of Googling trying to find Google images and everything trying to find that. Anyway, right, that was insane. Yeah, whereas King Spray has the one Ironlac collaboration, and again, it is a great system, being able to swipe through the colours, the specific colours. You've always got that guaranteed colour that you're able to find it again quickly in a hurry. Again, for Graffism, it to be like, okay, right, well, we'll see your 1 and we'll raise you 3. And again, great options, great variation. So yeah, so that's the colours basically. It's a cool thing that we have 3 different spray paint brands. Oh, also just side note, I think on the intro I said Montana White and Montana Gold. It's Montana Black and Montana Gold are the two color schemes here that they have. So that's that as far as the color picker goes. Now I made a mistake actually. I picked out the default can. What I was supposed to do is if you go to the cans here, they have the tabs right and left where you can now look how cool this is. Montana Black, Montana Gold, and Montana Ultra Wide for the 750mm. Very cool. Loop. Same thing, you've got the loop cans there. Kobra, same thing, and you've got 1 of each size. So really, really cool. So if you want to be, trained for Market Coast getting up, let's go. You have the option there. And again, they do the same thing. So the 400mm are going to be your kind of standard lines. The 750mm will come out thicker and wider and kind of more fun and stuff. So really cool collaboration. And again, maybe just a slight little one-up on King Spray there, which I think is very funny. I'm sure it's not actually, it's funny to think about. Right, so the color picker. If I just pick a random cap, do a tag, and then if I change it to a different color and do a different tag. Okay, so what I would have had to do in the past would go open the color wheel. This is my preferred one. I prefer this hexagon one, just picking the color and then picking the tone. I would have gone in, remember exactly which one it was that I'd used, which would be a bit annoying, or go to the recent, obviously, as an option that makes it a bit easier. But the color picker is a life changer. So what you do is you come in here, select that, it turns the line green. You point at the color that you want. So I want it to go back in this case to pink. You get your pink again. So perfect. Got the green. And then if you want the green again, select that. It should be green. Perfect. Now, this is all well and good, but as I was saying in the intro, if I wanted to go into the menu anyway, I'm already here. If my recent is open, if I'm going to go here, I might as well just go here and grab it anyway. So what they've done is bound that to the B button. Now, it's coming from a bit random, so I'm not sure where the logic is for where it's actually emanating from. But if you press B on your right stick or Y on your left stick, if you're left-handed, this now opens up, and it's just that quickly. Now, again, I would still prefer if it did it the King Spray way, of as soon as you press the button, it recognizes what you've selected, rather than having to bring it up in the first place and then press it to select the color. Yeah, that's just personal preference. It also allows you to pick directly from the wall, which the guys seem to think is a feature. I don't think so. I think that just opens up the more possibility for making a mistake. Okay, I think I'm getting the pink here, but I just about miss it and I end up coming out with a grey. Now, again, for spraying at the wall, that's kind of cool. For a buff, there's a funny option there. So I would like to see it taken away, but I think something where it's like it's how often are you going to use that feature as opposed to just what you the intended use for where you're actually picking the color that you want to get. So yeah, it's just it's a weird kind of thing on my end here. Just the frame drop when I start painting is killing me. Apologies if it comes out a bit shaky for you guys. It's a great feature and I'm delighted it's in the game and it should speed up workflows a lot more now. But the performance when I'm painting, it's just for some reason the system is very intensive. and my Quest 2 just struggles really badly with it. Stay tuned on that note, actually. You kind of may have something interesting to announce in the near future if everything goes well. The last thing is just the new feature that they brought in how they redid the height adjustment. I mentioned it at the start. They have just changed the kind of mechanism for doing it now. So since B used to be, you press B 3 times and that would change your height level, but now since that brings up the color picker, to change your height now, it's on your right stick on your right hand if you're right-handed, and I would imagine left stick if you're left-handed. You just push it in the direction that you want to go. So left and right still turns you left and right, but up and down raises your height, which was great because if you wanted to crouch before, you'd have to press B 3 times, which is, less than ideal because that's, you're going up 2 levels and then dropping down when you just want to drop down quickly. So now just at a glance, you can just kind of go up and down as you need to, as you're painting, which is dead handy. And again, of course, we have that super level now, so you should, in theory, be able to get to higher levels a little easier. It is still very hard on this wall because this wall is what, like 10, 15 foot tall, like. So yeah, there's always going to be a bit of a limitation when you're working on a really high surface, but yeah, that should be everything that I wanted to. But that should be everything for the update. We have the new tools, the new height feature, the new spray cans, the new colors. Yeah, pretty much everything. And so the last thing I think to do is to just kind of get started with some kind of simple roller. I'm not going to do a full alone and kind of use loads of time. I might just do like an AL or something like that just to test it out and see if it's any kind of a more improved experience. So you see there, the most recent color that I'd use was pink. So I'm assuming that it's after grabbing that. But in this case, obviously, we can just go in and pick white, which I'm going to do. So the way to actually use it, you can see as I go up and down, it doesn't do anything. You have to actually pull the trigger. So like spraying, you have to pull the trigger and then you have your roller. Again, it's just very shaky. You don't have that stabilization of having the second hand to kind of just stabilize it, but I'll see what I can do. I don't imagine this will come out very well because, again, I think I mentioned in a previous video, I've never even done a roller in real life. I do not enjoy using rollers as a medium, even just like, roller, like painting my house. If I have to paint a house or a room, it's like a task. I hate having to do it. It's not my preferred thing, but it's brilliant to have it in the game. So let's just say we go from here. Okay. Awful, terrible, but it's a roller, so it'll do. It's a start. For what the tool is, that's pretty much that's all I can do out of it. I seen one of the lads, actually, again, the same fella that did the mango did a cool thing where he added drips by using, I think he used the marker, the moth maybe. I'll try this. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. Okay. It's funny. People spend so much time as graffiti writers trying to not get drips, but then sometimes it just works cool as an effect. Like. Okay. Okay, well that's the new tools. The last thing, actually, I did forget that wasn't actually the last thing. The last thing is the drone. So again, I haven't actually ever really used the drone to the point where I don't remember how it works. Okay, drone. Okay, it's up there in the sky. FPV. Oh hell yeah! So left stick goes up and down. Oh, I remember them saying this before. Yeah, it's kind of a weird system in that. So left stick goes up and down. Okay, right. Sorry, I'm literally figuring this out on the fly right now. On the fly. Whee. So yeah, so left stick up and down puts it up and down, as you'd imagine. Left stick left and right turns it left and right. Right stick up goes left and right. Right stick backwards and what is that? So yeah, it's very unintuitive. I think I did see something in the Discord about the lad saying that it points if it flies the direction that the drone is facing. So if I could see the drone right now, the front would be facing this direction. So then no, because it's always going the same direction. I don't get that. Like, why is left and right on the right stick bringing me backwards and forwards? Is it relative to the head motion? Oh, side note, there's my piece. Hello. Very cool. Yeah, I don't understand why left would be... Like, I can make it work. And again, I think when I get I can imagine some good uses for it. So we have some other options here now. What does that do? Okay. Oh, hello. What's up? Oh, I can control the drone from here. Oh, okay. I control it from there. Oh, that's fun. Again, I don't fully understand. I've never flown a drone in real life, so maybe that's why. See, this makes more sense now because I can see it's like, okay, right, this is forward. I know that that's forward, so the stick button kind of makes sense. Why won't it go any lower? Interesting. But again, that's on the screen as well, so you can see there. Pretty cool. You can also add watermarks. So Graffism down the bottom left there. Pretty cool. Oh, you can also change... Oh, is that just for the camera, maybe? Yeah, you can change the field of view for the camera and stuff. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so again, in theory, there's amazing cinematics to be done. Like, you know, when everyone's at a wall for a big jam, use the drone to fly along, get some action shots, stuff like that. There's great stuff to be done in theory. But yeah, while there's a lot to love here, there's some things that I would like to see kind of just slightly different or whatever. But I think I just found a reason for actually the color picker of the same color that's on the wall. Aha. Oh, wait, no, hang on. Success. Nobody will ever know. Evil genius. I love that. Okay, yeah, as I said, very cool. Definitely try it out if you own the game. If you don't, I recommend it highly. Graffism is just, it's so good. It's constantly being updated. They just dropped this update with all these features 2 weeks after dropping the October update with the new map and everything. And they've already talked about just recently there, and I seen in the Discord about like another update coming before the end of the month. They are flying through it. They're doing incredibly. And again, I have some kind of potential news to do with this game coming up very soon, depending on how things go. I just realized that I made a mistake on this, so I'm just going to fix this with the can because that'll bother me if I don't, for the screenshot or whatever. Yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and